What's up, you guys? Thank you for clicking on this video. So as you can tell by the title, we just got confirmation from Hasbro themselves on the new video that they dropped on their Hasbro Pulse YouTube channel showing off the reveals that came out yesterday for the Studio Series Wave. They said at the end of the video that the next Haslab for Transformers is going to be revealed next month at MegaCon, which is in Orlando, I believe, which is like 4 hours away from me, which is pretty crazy. I mean, there's a lot we could speculate on where this can go in terms of what character they're going to do for this Haslab. Now, I put together 5 characters here that I just thought of within the last 10 minutes that I think would be pretty good options for them to do in the Haslab banner. And just to discuss in a video like this would be kind of fun. So first one here that I want to talk about is Animated Omega Supreme. This is probably top 3 most requested or most speculated characters to be the next Haslab right now. And it just makes sense, you know, they're doing all these animated characters in the new generation's G1ified branding and design philosophy the last couple years. So, and especially since we're getting some characters in the main line that never got figures to begin with when the animated cartoon first came out, or figures and characters that had releases back then but were only convention exclusives. And Animated Omega Supreme obviously falls under a character that never got a figure to begin with. So I think that would be perfect, a great opportunity to please a lot of fans that have been waiting for an Animated Omega Supreme for, oh man, time flies so fast, almost 20 years now. It's been 17 years almost. It would be great because he would be very large because he is the ship that the Autobots were in. And also the features, the weapons, the transformation, and just the sheer A-list name factor of Omega Supreme, I definitely feel like it would be a great contender, and obviously it would fund like hotcakes because of it being Omega Supreme. So I definitely feel like this is a good option. Another one that has been highly requested is G1 Metroplex. We haven't gotten a new Metroplex since Thrilling 30, which is like 11, 12 years ago now. That figure is pretty outdated in terms of the articulation and certain engineering factors of that Thrilling 30 release. So I definitely feel like if we're not going to get him as a Titan class nowadays, which, believe it or not, it's kind of crazy to say, but it's just the world we live in. Titan class nowadays really doesn't seem too substantial to redo a new G1 Metroplex with his size, all the features he would need to have, all the characters, and, you know, the minifigures that he would need to come with. So I definitely feel like to get it all done in one go and to make him the size that he would need to be to correctly scale at least somewhat with like your core class or at least some of the mainline generations releases, I definitely feel like Haslab these days would be the best way to go, whether you like it or not, you know. But I feel like with him being the big size, coming with some of the extra minifigures that Metroplex from the G1 version usually has, as maybe either tiers or they just come with the figure to begin with, I think it would really make for probably a Haslab that's like $400 or $500 maybe, or maybe at the most $300, because it doesn't seem like they want to go around the pricing of Unicron again, because that was a hard fund back in, what was that, like 2019, so who knows. But G1 Metroplex, another option that I could see happening. Rise of the Beast Stratosphere. Now, talking about some Studio Series movie stuff here, I mean, that is on the table for Haslab. They never said it's not, at least to my knowledge. So I feel like we would get a movieverse Haslab release at some point, and it very well could be this next announcement next month. So Stratosphere, it's something that they've been hinting at and talking about here and there the last couple years since we found out we wouldn't be getting a Stratosphere figure initially when Rise of the Beast first came out. So, I mean, your guess is as good as mine on when or if we could get this character. I definitely feel like we are going to get him, but whether he's like a Studio Series Titan class, if they ever, introduce Titan class as in Studio Series, or if he is a Haslab release here, I definitely feel like he would be one that a lot of people, especially movie fans, would want, because him and Transit the last couple years are characters that people have been absolutely fiending for. And especially in my YouTube comments, anytime I talk about Studio Series or movie characters getting figures, like like the Trinity is Rise of the Beast, Stratosphere, Transit, and what would be the third one? Maybe I don't know. The first one that came to mind is Dark of the Moon DevCon, but maybe a new Age of Extinction Hound would be the third option that I see requested the most. But seeing Stratosphere as a Haslab, making him around the size of, I don't know, Titan class Tidal Wave, and then just decking him out with features, paint, sculpted details, engineering for the transformation and stuff like that, I definitely feel like it would be a cool $250 price point release for a Haslab for Stratosphere here. And the next one I want to talk about here is Lio Kaiser, another combiner that would be ripe for Haslab. I mean, it just goes in line with the Japanese G1 stuff that they've done a couple times at Haslab. And, making him the right size and including all the characters that you would need to combine him with to form Lio Kaiser, it just seems very prime for a Haslab release, because I don't know if they could do it at Titan class as a retail release, especially since they did Omega Prime as a Haslab. Like, this just seems like something that would be kind of obvious to me within the next couple years, if it's not this upcoming Haslab. And the last one that I wanted to discuss here is RID 2001 Gigatron, or Megatron here in the States. He's something that I feel like very well could be next, because what they did with the first couple Haslabs, they did Victory Saber, and then they give him his arch nemesis in Haslab the year after with Deathsaurus. So we're on to another Transformers anime here with this past Haslab being Omega Prime. And then you go with the next Haslab, go with his arch nemesis from that same anime, Gigatron. And following suit, looking at the context clues and following patterns from previously with Victory Saber and Deathsaurus, it seems like he very well could be the next Haslab, especially with him having like 6-7 modes, him being as large as he would need to be. Like, he would be around the same size or a little bit bigger than the Omega Prime combined mode, if I'm remembering the scaling correctly. So he would need to be a pretty big boy, and all those different alternate modes, the accessories and stuff, it definitely seems like he would be perfect for around that 170, 180 price point as a Haslab. Out of these 5 options that I talked about here, I definitely feel like Gigatron, Omega Supreme, and Metroplex would be most likely. Stratosphere and Lio Kaiser I've seen come up a lot, but I don't know if they would be as likely as the other 3, at least in my opinion. But yeah, guys, let me know down in the comments below which of these characters that I talked about here in this video would be your next Haslab pick. All my social medias are linked down below, including my email, if you guys want to hit me up about business inquiries, or if you want to message me about whatever, or if you want to commission a diorama from me, because I make dioramas for people for their stop motions, photography, or your regular display shelves in your homes. You could either hit me up on any of my social media accounts, or you could just email me and we can work out a deal. But yeah, guys, thank you for watching this video. Catch y'all in the next one. Bye!